Good evening, everybody. Microphone's working. Yay! Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to part 3 of our Planet Coaster series here on Twitch. Last night, for those of you who didn't join us or are new to the series, this is our park so far. It's very small. We've only spent about 3.5 hours total, and this is what we've gotten in the past 3.5 hours worth of time. So before we kind of have a look over what we've done so far, and before we have before I kind of talk about what my plans for today's episode, I just wanted to start by doing a bit of a rant. I promised this on Monday night. Simpsons had a panel at E3 today and didn't announce a hit and run remaster. And you hear the collective groans of the internet. Honestly, I don't know why they bothered having a panel, but we'll get into that more later. And yeah, we'll probably talk a little bit more about E3. Please make sure you do send in your thoughts in the chat on E3. What did you guys think? What are you most excited for from E3? Yeah, you know, it's been a disappointing E3, let's be honest. Nintendo really showed strongly. I think they definitely won again for the second year in a row, E3. But it's just amazing just how bad, you know, the past couple of E3s have been. Apart from Nintendo, they've been the standout. They've been the one company that have capitalized every time, you know, one particular company has really faltered and dropped the ball. So, you know, it's disappointing, but we're here to cure our E3 blues, hopefully have a little bit of fun and build up a theme park. Make sure, guys, if you are new here, consider giving it a follow or maybe even subscribing. If you're a returning, make sure you do share the stream, guys, and bring more people into our ever-growing, slowly growing, but ever-expanding community. And let's get into some building for this evening. So let's just have a quick run through of everything we've done so far in the first two parts. So we started in part 1 by building this entranceway, a couple little log cabins, the path system. Yeah, so that was part 1. In part 2 last night, we did all these trees here on the left and the right hand side. And the point of these trees is basically, as you walk into the park, we're kind of blocking off the view as you're kind of coming out of the tunnel. You know, that initial burst of light, you know, you kind of want people's attention to be focused directly ahead. So that's kind of the idea. So you walk out into here. If you look to your left and to your right, you can't really see what's in the park. You can only see in front of you. It draws attention to right in front of the park rather than anything that's on the side. Also allows us to hide things in the side as well. So yeah, and then in last night's part, we and also in the first part, we built this little food area, very nice little building. And then the second part, yeah, we expanded upon the entrance scenery a little bit, built those trees, built the staff house, and built a couple of rides, and also added bins and all that stuff here. So tonight, the only 2 ideas I have so far, but please feel free to get in the chat and comment ideas you'd like to see me potentially try out. Number 1 is to build a monorail that for now just has one station, but as we expand the park further, we'll be able to have the ability to have more monorail stations throughout the park. The second thing I want to do is I want to build a garden type area around somewhere around this central place, so that people who are eating can kind of sit down and have a place to sit and eat. So my thinking is probably that we're going to build a monorail right here, and right in front here, in this open space we've got. And then what we'll do is we will build a couple paths over or under, and then have the sort of the garden section right behind it. Ideally, I'd like to build the monorail completely underground. Unfortunately, Planet Coaster does not allow for that, which is really disappointing. Unfortunately, that's the way that the game is. So, nothing much we can really do about that. Right. Actually, no, hold on. I want to lower it slightly because it's a little too high. Right. No, go away. Right, we want to lower it. Hold on. Okay, advanced move. We want to lower it as much as we can. Before it goes red. Alright, that's as low as we can get it. Because I don't want too much of the support structure sticking out of the ground. We want it to keep as low as possible. As I said, the intent is to build maybe a couple paths over the monorail station or underneath it. And if we build underneath it, obviously we'll go about it in a different way. But then, yeah, right. So we actually want to build more station. I want this to be a decent length station. And again, one of the things you'll notice if you're a new viewer is the symmetry. Obviously the entire park won't be symmetrical, but I'm a big fan, especially in something like this, of the symmetry of it all. We actually likened, if you kind of look at this, it kind of looks like a sad robot with his mouth, you know, a surprised sad robot, which, you know, whether or not you want to read into that in some way, shape, or form, it was purely by coincidence if you do watch the previous couple of streams, but, you know, I found that quite funny. Alright, that seems to me to have the level of symmetry that we want / require. So let's build... What the hell? Let's build some track. We're going to take advantage of auto-tunneling because my intention is to build the monorail out as much as it will allow. Alright, so, and of course we'll cover that up, we'll make it look nice. Obviously we won't have it looking like that. Right, let's bring it up to there. Literally for the moment, the monorail is just going to start by being just a giant looping ride across the length of the park. We're going to need to bring it in. And then, as I said, the intent is, as we go on, to be able to put more stations in so that people can access the monorail. Really, I think from 4 points. I think ideally, you know, 4 points. I still thoroughly believe that this is really small. But, you know. This piano music going on in the background, you guys should be able to hear it. It's reminding me of a song by a American rapper called NF. he does this song called Paralyzed, and the piano music at this point in the game has reminded me a little bit of the opening piano melody for that song. Might need to come back a little bit. Kind of that, just those stepped, just those single notes being allowed to just drown out, play them, just let them sustain, let them drown out of their own accord, and then boom, you come in with the first verse, and you get that bit of, you get that. You get that powerfulness of it. Beautiful. Right. We have a station. Or at least the makings of an initial station. As I said, I will cover up these little holes. We will obviously make that look somewhat more decent than what it currently is at. I have a few ideas on what we can do. But for right now, let us... What is the... Does it just kind of go on its own? What does it do? I'm not 100% sure. Oh, that tells us how fast it goes. Right. Okay, cool. Alright, so station, we want a... Oh, we need to put in an entrance. Alright, let's reduce the number of cars. We want a couple of trains. We need a entrance. Place the exit. Again, kind of keep it kind of, again, symmetry. It's all about the symmetry of it all for me. Alright. And then... Okay, this should start to come together in the way that I want. At least that's the hope. But as I like to say, it's better to have hope than not to. Get the length out of that a little bit. Bring it down. And have that nice naturalness of the path, or at least try to. Make this path slightly smaller width. It's as right. And again, we will ensure that the path looks good, or at least we'll try to. Actually, I'm entirely thinking the strategy on this, actually, whilst I'm kind of doing this. Why is there an alarm going off in the background? That's slightly worrisome. Alright, so my new idea is that, first of all, let's have the path width match right. Then what we want to do, again, sounds like there's a bomb that's about to go off. Alright. Actually, what we might do first is... Before I build Before I build the paths, let's decide how we're going to do the paths over the station. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, first of all, lengthwise, way too long. Hold on. Okay, what we need to do is go out straight. Come on. Straight, straight, straight. Good God. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta get rid of this entrance. Do it over there for now. Aaron the streamer has put some sort of emoji in the chat, but I'm not 100% sure what type of emoji it is, my friend. Here we go. Alright, now let's do the same over here. Right, no. Length of 2. Oh, come back, come back, come back. Come back. Come back. That's too long. Only need a little bit more on that, and it wasn't playing ball here. Here we go. Three. Oh, the 2. Not as symmetrical as what I'd like, but it's probably going to be as good as we're going to get. But that path isn't straight. Aaron says, how are you? It's a hello emoji, winky face. I'm not as familiar with Twitch emojis as probably I should be. But to answer your question, how am I? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Interesting thing about today has been that for no apparent reason. Well, I know the reason, but I'm not going to go into it as such. I've just wanted to get really angry today. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I'm not going to. I'm not gonna reveal that one as such. All right, I'm starting to think maybe the best way to actually go about this path is to go underground. But then it'll look like crap. Why is that angle snapping and it's angle snapping to like the wrong places where I want it? Like, I don't want it to angle snap to there. I want it to angle snap in line with okay, hold on. let's... Gotta figure out this path, right? Don't want it to snap. Why won't it... Why... Oh, fuck. Undo. Hold on. I'm gonna have to eyeball this thing. Is it a terrain thing? Alright, let's see if that does the trick. Nice. It doesn't want to play ball, does it? Maybe we go about it in a different way. Oh no, it won't even let me do it the way I want to do it. Why the hell not? Really? Okay, I know this game is great, but holy shit, come on. There we go, right. Oh, we need this angle snap at a lot less than that. Okay, no, stuff the angle snapping. Symmetry's a bitch, and this is the part where I'm probably going to end up hating everything. Right, well, unfortunately, we've had to change the plan slightly, everybody, because the game just doesn't like me. Ironic, because I like it. I like it a lot. And I want it to love me. But right now, it's making it very difficult to either A, be loved. It's almost as if, like, it's a little hesitant to want to be loved. It's almost as if the game's saying, you know, I want to be loved. But, you know, I've got trust issues. It's not you. It's me. No. I don't trust that you are going to be in the best interests for me. Even though, literally, you know, you're doing everything you can to, you know, to build, you know, what you want to build. Just as saying, you know what? I don't know if I trust you. Good God, we don't want it that thick. Right, actually, I think if we're going, we should have a thicker path up to there. Maybe not necessarily that wide, but of width. We need, you know, really want thick, you know, thick. Okay. Now, in my head, I have the idea for this station. Will it work in the way that I hope? Let's find out. First of all, what I want to do is I want to sort out what I want to do with this, which is this. Alright, and I'm going to make sure that looks good in a moment. Roughen it up. Okay, maybe not roughen it up slightly. Maybe make it look a little bit more natural. Go. Right, and then same on the other side. Kind of give it that more sort of natural look and feel that you can come to expect from, you know, the real life entrance to a monorail tunnel. I'm doing this very carefully because I know that this game's terrain tools can really have a life of its own if you let them. Bring down the size slightly. And not that small. And just kind of, maybe not as intense, but kind of just like, so that it kind of naturally sends, yeah, there we go, something like that. Then, like a smaller intense part to really kind of bring out a little thing like that. Beautiful. Alright. Now, let's look at the building of this. No, I don't want to save it as a blueprint. We haven't even made a building yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right. Want to edit it as a building. Seems it doesn't like that idea, so clearly I'm going to have to do that on my own. Alright. Walls. We want... Make that a little bigger for everyone to see. Wall pieces. I have a design in mind. We will be enacting said design. I'm really surprised. Ah, here we go. I thought you could, I was going to say, you surely can start building a building on the grid of the station. Right, we want a concrete wall. What? Start building on station grid. Come on, please, please play ball. Please, please, please play ball. Actually, I'm thinking, let's go with 2-meter concrete for now. Get rid of that wall there. Let's go with the 2-meter smooth concrete wall. So I've got me some ideas. And hopefully we'll be able to enact these ideas as we go along. Hopefully, too many of our ideas won't be thwarted by the game's interesting building tactics and ideas and such. Right, we'll need one of these. Irrespective of how the final look of the building ends up, we will need some of these. And right, now my plan is, if hopefully this will look good, I've got no full idea if this will look good or not. I'm just hoping at this point. Whoops. That actually doesn't look terrible. I'm actually glad about that. I was really hoping that wouldn't look terrible, and it doesn't. It can take the game a little bit of time to realize what exactly I want to do with it, can't it? No. I've got this game on my mind at the moment, and I can't remember. I know it's something I played recently. I feel like I should know what it is, and I also can't remember for the life of me what it is. Okay, actually, no, that's a little too high. But I can't remember what game it was. It must have been something I played recently. I feel it was Wolfenstein, but I don't think it was. It's a game. There's a level in it. No, it was Battlefield 5. That's the game I was thinking of. Anyway, Kidden Box says, I've always questioned how people build in this game. I mean, I'm definitely starting to see the difficulties of building in the game. It's definitely not as easy as I would like. But, you know, we're trying to make the best of it, my friend. That's for sure. We are definitely trying to make the best of it. Right, now, hopefully... Actually, we might even have to remove that wall just to make my design work. But we will see in a minute as we build this. Right, we need roofs. And we want trusty steel roofs. Donk. I do like the sound effects, though, when you build stuff. That is quite cool. Actually, no. You know what we want? We don't want that. I changed my mind. We want this, because now I remember my idea was to have it so that if we utilize other pieces in a particular way, i.e. the flat roof, rotate it round, then we can have a we can have what looks like a station platform, effectively, covering the station in a more, you know, subdued way. It's an effective building, you know, rather than, you know, trying to go all fancy, even though, I mean, at this point it does look pretty fancy, you know. Only disappointing thing is we can't carry those windows across to the other side, but from this side it's looking pretty good. But what we do need is we need some columns. If we can have some steel columns. We got steel columns. We got stucco. We got brick. We got concrete. Maybe use concrete columns to hold it up. Steel would be ideal. We got steel. No, okay, so we'll need concrete then. That actually, it doesn't touch. It helps if it's actually underneath it properly. That helps. Go with 2-meter ones. Actually, what? Oh, I've just had another idea, but we'll need to. Okay, first of all, hold on. I want to duplicate. Ugh. Okay, can't do advanced duplication with that. Arg. That's annoying. I think, yeah, that was yeah, okay. Alright. Awesome. Okay, right. What we need is wall pieces. Then what we need to do is how we're gonna have to rotate these. Can we do advancce move? No, we can't. I'm Labia says, hey bud, I'm from the So Sick Discord, just showing my support. Thank you very much, my friend. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Now, none of this is working in the way that I'd hope. Why can't I rotate these? In a... Why does...
What about second breakfast?
Why does advanced move not exist on these wall pieces? I'm Labia has followed me. Thank you very much, my friend. Kid in a Box does a Pikachu dab, and I approve immensely. I approve immensely. Ideally, I know what I want to do. It's just a case of, will the game let me do it? I want to do that, but I want to rotate it. Like, I want to rotate it that way. But the game won't let me do it. Because ideally, if we could do that, it would be better. Hold on, let me Google if I can do this, because I really want to be able to do this. I really want to be able to do this. Advance, move, walls, planet coaster. You are, it's not possible to do it. That's frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna have to think of another way to do this then. I know exactly what I want to do. Hold on, we need to edit the building. There's got to be a way we can do this. And I think we won't be able to do what I want to do. No? Really frustrating because it's a really good idea. Wonder. I suppose that's as close as we're going to be able to get to what I want to do with it. It's really annoying, but I mean, I guess in a way, actually, what we could end up doing is this. Just create that edge to it. Just to kind of fill it in and actually make it seem right. Oh my god, I'm going to get this name so wrong. Fred Nabeer has followed me. Thank you very much, my friend. I apologize profoundly if I have pronounced your last name wrong, but from my knowledge of South African names, I may have got it right. In the chat, Sarksigan, I apologize again if I also got that name wrong, says hello there. Hello, my friend. How are you doing this fine evening, morning, wherever you're joining us in the world today? Alright, I kind of feel like that station is pretty good to go. Next thing to do is we want to cover up the front of the station a little bit. Question is, with what? Use that? No, it won't cover it. Might just use walls. Might just use 1 meter concrete walls. Sarkin Sungan says close enough. Okay, that's good. Biggest number one problem always is pronouncing names. Always the biggest problem. Use that to cover that up. Right, and then we'll just fill in these gaps. Whoops. Oh, you won't be able to see it anyway, it doesn't matter. Do we need to go low? Can you tell? I mean, it's practically touching the ground, isn't it? We use 1 meter here. Beautiful. Same on the other side. Sarkin says, yeah, it's my own fault. The name's Danish, translates into brat. Well, that's interesting. So, easier to potentially... I don't want to call you brat. I'll call you Sarkin. I'll call you Sarkin. S-A-R-K-N. I believe... Even though it's not S-A, because Sarkin is S-A-R-K-N. So I'm actually just rearranging your fucking letters. I'm just butchering the name. Let's be honest. That's what I'm doing. I've got no control over it. Well, I do. I'm the fucking one speaking it. Right. Let us find something that we can put on the edge. We got anything concrete related here that I can use as an edge of something. Got any guttering? No. Roof trims is what I want. Nah, that doesn't really work. Okay, well... Am I happy with this? The more I think about it, the more I'm just like, eh. Scan says, most people call me Scan. But you can call me whatever you want. I'll call you Scan. Yep. I'll call you Scan. Scan. Getting my head around that. S-K-A-I-N. Scan. Alright. Yeah, am I happy with this? I'm not like... It's not terrible. But unlike sort of my wood cabin and my little food area over there, I'm not... I don't know if it's the I don't know if it's because we couldn't do what I wanted to do with the wall area here, or if it's just that it feels a little too open. But I suppose in a sense, like if you look at a train station or a monorail station, they are quite open unless they're indoors. suppose what we could do is... what do we want here? Let's have a look. Let's get some uplights in here. That'll be a good idea. Where exactly does the light come out of this thing? Okay, if the game will let me go down far enough, I want to get in. Ooh, okay, now we're in the monorail car. Where exactly does the light on this shine? Okay, maybe not the best idea. Uplight. Something more than square lamp. Ah! Haha! This is perfect. Right, we need to... oh god, this is going to be fun. We need to align them with, like, the center of the cars. And the center of the cars go along that middle line inside... oh god, I'm not going to be able to do this, right? Or am I? I've got to... ah, here we go. Probably about as good as I'm going to get it. Right. Let's duplicate and move. Right, let's go right to the end. Again, a couple from... the outside. Right, and then let's go every 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This infinite loop of counting to 4 is brought to you by boredom, a disappointing E3. You can make up a number of reasons as to why it's brought to you and by who it's brought to you by. You know? Maybe a prize for the winner who comes up with the best answer. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Wait on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, that actually worked. I was half expecting that not to work. Alright. We will do these. Up light does imply the light goes up. Right? I think that's a fair, safe bet. We take an up light. And make it go down. if we do one in the middle of every roof panel. Oh, hold on, actually. Best way to do it. Ensure that we get the vertical position right relative to the horizontal position. And it will all start to come together. Maybe at this point is when I'll start to actually think of this as decent. Nearly there. A couple more. And boom. Right. I assume the light is shining down. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. Alright, what else do we want? Actually, probably the fiberglass lights probably would have been the better option, but oh well. Actually, no, the arm light would have been the better option, but I'm not redoing it now. Have we got anything that is like something that can be used as like a timetable? Oh, actually, no. I know what we can use. We can use the screens. And pretend that is okay. 8 meters is probably a little big. Where is it? Oh, it's there. If we use these screens as like pretending that there's like timetables on them, then that kind of works. And again, we go to the end. Or end. Is it on the first one or the second one? Yeah, second. And then the one in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in between the two sevens. Awesome. I don't know if there are actually... Define subway. Yes. Oh, wait. Hells yes. That actually looks like a subway sign. See, they're, you know, they've got, you know, just when I think, oh shit, they haven't thought of everything, they surprise me with something. Alright, next thing to do is to do the scenery around So we're going to start off with some fences. Or maybe not. Hold on. F-E-N-C-E. Let's do... Can we do this, but not paint it... Actually... Compared to... Oh, actually, no. Yeah, let's go with this. Right, and then this is going to be as square as possible. Then within these, we will build a garden-ish type area. At least that's the plan. Right, got to make sure it's big enough to cover view path on the other side as well. Right, angle snapped at 15 degrees. Remember, guys, to put your thoughts in the chat about E3. My thoughts, if you've missed the past couple of streams, have basically been, I thought this year's E3 has been massively disappointing compared to previous years. I thought that whilst there were good things that came out of Microsoft, good things that came out of... for me, Nintendo won the conference. Whilst there were good things that came out of Microsoft, i.e. Game Pass for PC, Game Pass Ultimate, and a bunch of a few other things. I think ultimately for me, I'm feeling quite disappointed with E3 as a whole. Really disappointed today with the Simpsons panel. You know, I know the whole internet. I remember I was watching the live stream, everyone in the chat room commenting that, you know, Simpsons Hit and Run 2 or, you know, Simpsons Hit and Run Remastered, but no, they didn't do those things. So, you know, it was a little disappointing overall this year. I thought that it could have been a lot better. But, you know, in saying that, it just means that, you know, E3 next year is probably going to be good, especially if Sony decide to come the hell back. Definitely make E3 far better next year. Right, let's see how good my eye is. Apparently it's not that good because I've already stuffed it up. That's not going to line up. Maybe I should have started on this side. Oh well. That round. All right. But yeah, no. So E3 this year, very disappointing. Fortunately, missed a number of opportunities for me to come in my own pants. However, Ni no Kuni Remastered was announced, so that makes me a happy boy. I love the first Ni no Kuni, so I'm looking forward to playing that on September the 20th. Who knows? Might finally get around to actually finishing the live stream series that I started that a long, long time ago. Whilst I've only been streaming on Twitch for the past 4 or 5 months, my first ever live stream experience was back in, I think it was 2016, 17, I want to say. I did a live stream series for the first Ni no Kuni I never finished it, primarily because I can't remember why I didn't finish it. Actually, the more I think about it, I don't know why I didn't go back and finish it, because I love the original Ni no Kuni. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Why I didn't finish it, I got no idea. But yeah, I was very, very happy to see them announce the remaster and to see it coming to Switch. So I'll be getting a copy on both PS4 and Switch, because I'm a game collector and it's an addiction. I'll admit to that. But, you know, I can control myself. You know, for example, I'll give you an example today. It was announced at E3, limited run games. I'm a massive, massive Vita fan. And because of that, I was really looking forward to the limited run games press conference. Pardon me, Jesus Christ. I was really looking forward to the limited run games press conference because they were going to be announcing the last of the Vita games that they were going to be putting out. And they announced, I think in the end, they ended up announcing... Oops, we got to push. Yeah, you whistle, boy, you whistle. They ended up announcing about 14-ish games, which was very, very exciting. And one of the ones I wanted to get is launching on Friday, but I can't afford it, so I've kind of had to go to myself, oh, well, I'm going to have to miss out on that one, which is disappointing, but, you know, is what it is. Right, having a little ravine here, but we will need to... That land did not flatten to the foundation. It still didn't flatten the surface. Did that do it? It did. Right. Water. Wait. Will you not let me put water in? This is not fair. Right, what about now? Why not? Oh. Sounds like one of the villagers from Minecraft. God, look at what happens to the texture when you stretch it out. I mean, that's what it looks like normally, just bumps. And then you stretch the texture out and it looks like garbage. Why? Why won't you let me put water in here? Hold on, if I pull it up, if I pull some of the land up slightly, will that do it? Why don't you go that low? Why not? Wait. This is frustrating. Alright, just make sure all the edges then are up to snuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. No. No, 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 no. On up you get. What was that noise? I think I see the issue. Laurel Run says, what are you making? Right now, my friend, I am making a scenery area for the front of our monorail station. And I'm trying to get water in this section, but it doesn't seem to want to play ball. A little pain in the ass. I know the game isn't particularly that great when it comes to water, and this is just proving the point. Won't even go that low. Like, that's what I don't understand. Okay, well. That worked. Okay, what's it going to take to get this to work? Laura Run says, well, maybe because water can't really play ball. Well, no, true. That is a very true fact of life. Water cannot play ball. You are very much correct, my friend. Water cannot play ball. But you'd at least hope that it would be willing to try. Oh, really? Seriously? How deep do I have to make this get water in? Huh. Why? Why it worked then, I have absolutely no idea. We need it to come up. Hold on, what I might do is, if we just do a little... shit up like this, a little bit like this. Not a big amount, but just a little bit. Why? Why? Why do you hate me? What did I ever do? That work for what I want to do? No? Alright, we might just have to give up on the whole thing. Laurel Run says maybe water's a bad choice. I am starting to agree with you. Alright, in that case... okay, what can we do? What can we do? Right, art shapes. No. If we had... Okay, first of all, every train station needs benches. So let's put in some benches. Maybe a bit too many benches. Go wait. Go away, go away, go away. Demolish. 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 And then get rid of these two here. Have those. Right, that's better. Laura Rotten says plants are always a good choice. Rocks and plants everywhere is all I do. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy to do that, but I just, after a while, my mind just goes, it's just all the same. You're just doing all the same shit all the time, and that really annoys me to no end sometimes. Do some barrel platters. Mouse move duplicate. Put it next to the entrance as well. Alright then, I think I wasn't thinking that big of a tree. I mean, heck, why not? Maybe do a few like that. No. Yeah, like that. And then what we will do is... bushes! Way too big. Way too big. Want a bush that's small. Green leafy bush. Something like that. Just something that can go around the base of these trees, you know. As if there's still growth around. Then we just kind of have that, maybe something a little smaller in the middle here, like that. Kind of still having that sense of life, right, underneath, and then literally just start building some of these bushes around. Laura Run says build a mini monorail next to the monorail. Boom. No need for plants. They have those? And if so, where would I find one? Bush. Combine some of what we've got with other plants. Now, whether or not this looks any decent or not, you know, you guys can be the judge. I don't think it looks terrible. Laura Run says no, but if you believe in yourself, you can build it. I mean, yeah, probably. But I'm not confident enough with this game. Like, this is the first, literally understand this. This 6-part series we're doing is the first time I have played this game. The first time. Right? I've watched NerdCube played it a lot, or play it a lot, and a lot of my inspiration I've taken from him. But I don't know, you know, really, you know, I'm very limited on, you know, probably what I'm capable of doing. So I'm just doing the best that I can. Oh, hedge. I like hedge. Off the angle snap. No, Lauron just says, just make a pretty park forehead. I mean, yeah. Follows up with, why when you read everything you say my name seems really formal? 2 reasons. Number 1 is I feel that whenever I'm reading someone's chat, I feel that, you know, other people, you know, watching who may watch this later on video on demand or whatever, you know, they want to know who said it. You know, if they're not watching this live, maybe they're watching later when I upload this to my YouTube channel or something. And I think the second thing for me is I just like to, you know, I like to be a little, not fully formal, but, you know, a little bit formal. Like I call, you know, I said, you know, whenever I interact with you guys, I always refer to you guys as my friends. You know, and yeah, I just like to say people's names, you know, and also some people really like it when I say their names. I always feel that when I say people's names, it, you know, makes them feel, you know, happy that they got mentioned. I know that for me, like, I like it when I get mentioned in other people's streams, so, you know. Yeah. Fred Nabear says, do you watch MLB? If you're talking about Major League Baseball, I do. I am a San Francisco Giants fan, primarily because my stepmom is American, born and raised in San Francisco, so, you know, kind of have to have a level of allegiance, I suppose. But yeah, I do watch MLB. I find it a lot of fun. You know, we tried to teach Because obviously, one of the biggest differences between, say, for example, New Zealand and America is we both have a sport that, you know, involves a ball and a bat. You guys have baseball. We have cricket. You know, so, but trying to explain cricket to Americans is, you know, some Americans get it. Others, not so much. You know, quite funny. So. But to go back to your question, Laurel, I just think it's a nice thing to do. At the end, the real crux of it is I just think it's a nice thing to do to say everybody's name. As my phone decides to go bing, and I also forgot to mute all my group chats before I started this goddamn stream on Facebook. So I'm going to do that now before I forget again. Alright. I want hedge. No, I don't want that. Hedge. Now that I've discovered hedges, I'm forever going to be placing hedges. I'm not joking. Fred says, I support the Cubs. I'm not fully aware what state team that is. Do they play in the American League or the National League? That's the other thing that, like, when I first learned about baseball for the first time, that was the other thing that really kind of surprised me, was the fact that, you know, not every team plays every team. You have two leagues. You have the American League, you have the National League. And it's the same with football, right? Is that, you know, realistically, and I suppose maybe this is why I'm not really into football, but with the Super Bowl, for example, this is what I don't understand about the Super Bowl. Is they say it's like the best two teams, right? In, you know, in the sport of football. But then if you have a team that arguably, like, if you had, like, so you've got the two leagues, but if you had one team that was arguably better than the best team from the other league playing the best team from the league you're in, if this makes sense, then that isn't really representative of the best two teams in America. Does that make sense? So if you've got two leagues, right, and you're taking the best from each, but let's say the second place team in League A was better than the first place team in League B, like had a better season, then to me, that's not the battle, you know, of the two best teams. That's like, you know, it's like, I don't know. Anyway. Fred said that the Cubs are in the National League. So does that mean... Hold on, I just gotta check the standings at the moment. Okay, so we are not... Are we in the same league? Current teams. Okay, yeah, so we are in the same league. So what's the current... So when did the Cubs last versus Giants? Cubs versus Giants. Oh, has the season not started yet? Holy shit. Interesting. Okay, when do they first place? Oh no, it has started. Maybe? When do we first play the Cubs? Oh, fuck, I don't know. I didn't realize the season had started. Actually, I probably should have known that. When did we last play the Cubs? Ooh. Last time we played the Cubs was on the 21st of March, and it was a 5-5 draw. And the next time we play the Cubs is the 22nd to the 24th of July. Well, then, I'm not going to say we have a conflict of interest here, but, you know, I know which team I'm rooting for. Good lord, that's a large fucking thing. Right. Let us keep building some hedge. I'm now obsessed with hedge. Just watch as I'm just going to become obsessed with hedge now. Now that's starting to look dope. That's starting to look really good. It's amazing. I usually don't put this much level of detail when I play games like this, but for some reason, maybe it's because I'm streaming it, I don't really know, but I just really feel motivated to put like as much detail as possible into it all. That one needs to come around a tiny bit more. Right, back to the edge. This hedge, actually, I don't know how many of you guys ever played Legoland. This hedge reminds me a lot of like the hedge in Legoland, just like the squareness of it and kind of the isometric, sort of the isometric pseudo nature of it, like it just being rectangular. And of course, the hedges in Legoland were nothing but rectangular, apart from the corners where they'd have like those little nice ball things. If you guys have never played Legoland, I highly recommend you check it out. I don't know where you may or may not be able to purchase it. I'm lucky enough to still have my copy of it from when I was a kid, but if people would like to see me play that game, please do let me know in the Discord server or the chat, and I'm all too happy to do that, because that is a great game, and every time I get to play Legoland, it always makes me very happy. And that's actually something, hypothetically, we could knock out realistically in one stream, because over the years, I've just gotten so good at that game that I just know how to knock that game out of the park pretty much instantaneously within a few hours. Alright. Let's do some bush. Nothing better than some bush. Right, then if we take... add a little bit of green in there. Trying to help break up the... add a bit of colour, add a little bit of green. And I think we've got ourselves... oh, we got to do the other side, okay. We ideally want a flatter bush. Kind of like this. It get progressively thinner. Closer we get to the edge. Like so. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that represents our train station. Feels... those... now I'm looking at the hedges, I just feel more like I've been plucked out of Alice in Wonderland or something. Like, the squareness of those hedges just makes me feel very much like I've been plucked out of Alice in Wonderland. Can I rehire all these people? What do we need? What's staff numbers looking like? How many does it say we need? Let's just hire vendors then. You know, you'd think these people would be, you know, happy just to get a job. Alright, this is what we'll do. Go to staff. All staff. Max out their pay because we have unlimited dosh. Everyone gets $500. No, not 50. No, not 2,000. Everybody gets $500 pay. What is the pay per? Like, is it pay per hour? Because if they're getting $500 an hour, these guys are rich. Why not, you know? We're in sandbox mode. What does it fucking matter how much we pay them? Watch all their happiness just like bounce up as soon as I start paying each of them $500 an hour or whatever it is. God, if I made $500 an hour, I'd be able to afford to go to Japan next year, first class. God, that would be lovely. Be able to stay in a 5-star hotel and buy as many fucking video games as I wanted. I'm literally going to have to take the biggest suitcase I can to Japan next year in order to ensure that I'm able to fit all the games that I bring back. Because I'm going to be bringing back games for Famicom, Super Famicom, SNES, you know, NES, Mega Drive, Master System, N64, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, PS2, PS3, original PlayStation, Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, Sega CD. You know, I want to hopefully try and get some like Atari Jaguar cartridges. You know, I just want to buy as many retro games as I can. You know. Alright, so let's look at our part right now. I still maintain that it looks like a sad robot with his mouth open, and now we've just given him a fucking Bob Ross afro. We've basically made sad Bob Ross. You know, what can I say? I have, you know, I'm not saying I have that skill, but, you know, sad Bob Ross. Everybody. I mean, if you can just imagine, like, you know, and maybe he's not sad. Maybe he's just... Okay, no, the blue parts do really kind of give the illusion of tears, don't they? Alright, so the only thing left to do now is to create our little garden area. But to be brutally honest, the more I kind of feel about doing that, the more I less want to do that, because I don't really feel that that's going to do anything. If anything, what I'd much rather do is build some more rides, and specifically on the back of our thing here seemed like the perfect place for something like a ride like this, but ideally along the... here we go. Perfect. Place the entrance. The entrance can be here. And then the exit can be here. Question I have is, do we do a building around this? And if so, what do we do? You flatten that terrain. Paths. No. So my feeling is, if we can build a building around the ride, but then have it so that like the top of the ride comes out of the roofs, or the roofs, that would be pretty damn cool. But we'll have to see how that may or may not work. First of all, we don't want it to be that fucking... Alright, okay. Right, let's see what we can do in regards to... How do I make it so... I can build... building out of... Because I'm thinking with this, I kind of want the idea of like a sci-fi theme. Question is, what would fit that sci-fi theme? I suppose the smooth concrete would do it. I'm really frustrated at... I can't. Can I right-click on scenery pieces? Nope. I think under customization, like, there'd be something here that would be like, you know, you'd be able to like make it so that it built against the ride. Hold on, let me Google this. Build building around ride planet coaster. Build on grid function. Oops. All right. None of these Google searches are helping me. All right. Well, let's see if this will actually work. That didn't so much, did it? Hold on, we'll go out one more. Huh! Give me an archway. None of these are sci-fi themed. Fuck the bush. I thought they were... That's what I fucking thought. If anything, that should be... Are there archways? Yes, there are. Better ones. If anything... what else? Is that the only two archways? Because for me, in that case, like, that one should go here. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Alright, so I'm going to end it here. Leave it here. I'm going to go away over the next few days. Think about what I want to do with either that or just what's next for the park. I feel we've done some good work tonight. We've done the monorail station. Very, very happy with that. We've added another ride. I'm very, very happy with that. I do want to do something with that ride, but I'm not sure yet. And I'll need to figure out what I want to do. So, yeah. Anyway, right. With that being said, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who watched on live tonight, everyone who chatted in the chat room, everyone who followed along. It was a great stream. I had a lot of fun. Now, I'm not sure if there'll be a stream tomorrow night. For those of you who are new here, I stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. I don't stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. However, with E3 having just happened and a whole bunch of stuff coming out this week and free weekends and all that type of stuff, I'm going to do some extra streaming. So there may be one tomorrow night, but I'm not 100% sure yet. If there is one tomorrow night, it is either going to be the new Forza Horizon 4 expansion, the Lego Speed Racer or whatever the fuck it's called. If it's not that, then it may be Fallout 76. Me trying out Fallout 76 for the first time. But again, I'm not 100% sure yet. It all depends on a couple things, including some uni study and other stuff, as well as if I can finish Kingdom Hearts 2 before the weekend. So, yeah. Anyway, so maybe one tomorrow night. And we will definitely stream Forza between now and Sunday. So, stick around for that if you're a Forza fan. We will definitely be doing that. So, anyway. Until next time, guys, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Jared_Hasten. Make sure you join the Discord server. Make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put all the archive streams. I put all the archive streams up on over on YouTube, so you can go watch them. And typically they come out in a batch the following Sunday. Yeah, they typically come out in a batch the following Sunday because of the whole Twitch affiliate rules. Yeah, so hope, yeah, we'll see you guys either tomorrow night or Friday night. But until next time, guys, I shall see you later. Farewell.